So you have a ton of pages, documents, and you want to open them on the iPad after they've already been saved into OneDrive. This is a tutorial for you on how to open pages, documents, so that you can actually edit them. All right, so understand that we have Microsoft OneDrive, which is a Microsoft product, and we also have Pages, which is an Apple product. They do not communicate very well together. However, we do need to figure out a way to tackle that issue. So do not click OneDrive, find your Pages file, and copy to Pages. When you do, it'll be a read-only file typically and not work and get really frustrating for you. So I'm going to try to keep this simple. Here is how you open Pages documents. This is the process you need to do every time until you start using Word and getting your Pages documents exported to Word. All right, so here's your process. You click Pages. Do not go into OneDrive. You click Pages. Open that up. This is your home screen for Pages. You are going to go to Locations. Once you click on Locations, you will see this drop down. More than likely, you will not see OneDrive the very first time you do it. So you're going to have to click More to turn that on. When you click More, it'll look like this. And you can see that you can turn OneDrive on. Now, if you have not downloaded OneDrive from the App Store or from self-service, then it will not show up. You need to do that first. All right, so once you've done that, you click Done. If you have other drives, they'll be listed here, but remember, we are using OneDrive. Number one thing that we're using is OneDrive with the 1. All right, so you turn OneDrive on, you go back. After you hit Done, click Locations, and you actually click OneDrive. So what we're doing, again, we went into Pages, we're clicking Locations, and then we're clicking OneDrive to access those documents. Once you click that, you'll see your OneDrive folders. So I'm going to go into my Envisions program folder. Now I can see my actual files. Now I want you to see this because you may run into this on the iPad. You shouldn't run into this on your Mac Mini, but on an iPad you may run into this. All right, here you can see this is a Pages document. So is this down here, this blank looking piece of paper. This is a Pages document. This Pages document looks like it's a folder. It shouldn't be a folder. These are one of the glitches with putting Pages on a Microsoft OneDrive. Sometimes it decomposes it into these folders and you just cannot open it on the iPad. That's the way it is. So you're going to need to open it on your Mac Mini or on someone else's laptop or something like that to access that. That's just the way it is. So I'll show you what that looks like real quick, but then I'm going to go ahead and actually open a Pages document so we can finish that process up. Okay, when you do click one of those folders, you can see it's all decomposed into all these pieces. Preview, preview, preview of all the little images. So difficult to deal with. All right, so I went back and actually opened a Pages file. When you see this little paintbrush, it means that you can edit in it. So you successfully used Pages to go grab your Pages document from OneDrive and open it up. All right, now you can work with it, do what you want, print from it, things like that. But of course, what we recommend you doing is starting to export these to Word and shifting yourself over to using that, because that does communicate beautifully with OneDrive. Pages does not. Any work you do here on this Pages app is going to save in the Pages app. It's not going to communicate and save back into your OneDrive folder. So it's going to get really frustrating when you have two different versions of what you're working on. All right, so once I bring this up, here's the process for turning this into a Word document so that you're transitioning out of Pages. You're going to click these 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to click Send a Copy. Once you do, it'll bring up this window, and you can see this is how you can send people things as a PDF. through email, things like that, or I can send a copy in Word. So that's what I'm going to do is click Word. Now to bring up this window, the first one on the far left here, you can't see it, is Mail. So you could be sending someone a document through mail, but I'm actually going to scroll this over and go to Import with OneDrive. So I'm changing this to a Word file and sending it back to my Microsoft OneDrive by clicking Import with OneDrive. Once I do, it shows the image you'd like to import. You can see the formatting is a little funky. That's one of the problems with changing something from Pages to Word. You got to tweak those once it's in Word. Down at the bottom here, you're going to click that you want to upload that to OneDrive. And then it's going to ask you, well, what folder do you want to put that in? So I want that back in my Envisions folder. And then you can see, once I've done that, there's that mixed multiplication document as a Word file. Here's the problem. There it is still as the Pages document. So it didn't delete it or get rid of it. It just exported it and turned it into a Word document. So at some point I do need to go into my OneDrive and drag that to my trash to get rid of it now that I have this updated copy. But just make sure that one looks how you want before you do that. All right, that's your process. With any app that you use as far as opening up files, that's going to be your best method, is go to the app and then open from OneDrive from within the app.